Yeah, whatever, old Rugio. Sure. Oh my gosh, he is such a tsundere. Hey guys, welcome or perhaps welcome back to the channel. My name is Kumiko, but you can just call me Kumi for short, and today we are here for Witch Hat Atelier episode 11, which is entitled The Test in Serpentback Cave, which, I am very nervous for this freaking test because in last episode, that one witch, which was like the embodiment of forbidden magic that had like freaking just no body, was like, oh, we'll just wait until they're separated from their masters when they're taking a test. And now this episode, it sounds like we're gonna take a test. So, fingers crossed that nothing happens to any of our girls. I'm quite nervous, but I guess we'll just see what happens in the episode. Anyways, really quickly, as always, just a reminder, I do have Patreon. For just $5, you can get early access to the full uncut versions of all of my reactions, and it does also go a long way in terms of supporting me as a creator. So if you're curious, go ahead and check out the link down below in the video description. Also, new background. I hope you guys like it. I was told the other one looked like AI. I'm really bad at determining these things. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I looked over it and I didn't see anything that looked like weird, but I don't want to risk it, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and start using this background from now on, although all of the stuff that I've already recorded is still gonna have the old background. But anyways, hope you guys like it. And with all of that being said, let's go ahead and jump on in to the episode. Are those flower petals? Oh my god, wait, what? Are those like armadillo wolves or something? They're so handsome boys. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. That is so cool. I didn't know we had scale wolves. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, what? It's so pretty. Wow. If they chose not to mate. Ooh, wow. Nothing to learn from her. Yeah. But, yeah. That's true. Exactly. Yep. Oh, ooh, I like what Agate said just there. Oh. Okay. Oh, light spell? Nice! That looks really good. Just like how water is Qifrey's specialty, I guess? Okay. That's true, yep, she's used to drawing straight lines. Yup. Drawing straight lines, absolutely. Oh, she's so cute. I love her so much. Yeah, you could, absolutely. I'll charge straight into success. Yeah, that's true. I guess we need to practice the circles and the curves and stuff. New specialties. Oh. Now go ahead and read all those books. It's amazing. Amazing people are amazing. Amazingly intimidated by the amazingness. Oh. Oh. Huh. Oh. Interesting reaction. I wonder why she feels so strongly about that. Oh. He's just been here this whole time. I didn't even realize he was there. Oh. Where'd she go? She just like... She used her shoes to go out the window or something? Oh! Does she have a secret hiding spot? Oh, what? Oh, oh my gosh. Oh, I can't believe that leads somewhere. That's crazy. Whoa. Wait, that's actually so cool. Oh, I'm so curious where this leads. Yeah, all of the rainbow lights are gorgeous. Oh, from those. Wow. That is so, yeah, that's really pretty. Yeah, she does seem to really appreciate pretty spells. Aww. Oh, she's so happy. Oh, that's so cool that it's like flexible. That's really cool. I thought it was gonna be like, I don't know, rigid, like a glass shard or something like that. Or, you know, like sometimes they have kind of spirally things hanging from like wind chimes. I thought it was gonna be like that, or like a Christmas ornament, but it's actually flexible, it looks like. That is very cool. Yeah, I really want to know more about RICHEH. That was a very strong reaction that she had. Oh, to think about my own spells. Huh, I wouldn't, but why though? I wonder why. To contaminate. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder what's her past like. As a shield to protect herself. A scale wolf. Oh. That is true. Yep. People are probably far more complicated than any casting seal. Snug stones. Oh, his latest creation. That's cool. A sleep aid. Okay. Aww. I love Orugio. Yeah, there is. Yup. Uh-huh. Yeah, whatever, Orugio. Sure. Oh my gosh, he is such a tsundere. I love Orugio so much, man. I feel like anytime you give him a compliment or just like remotely nice to him, he's like, but no, I didn't like make those to make people happy. No, it's just part of my work. God, I love him so much. He's so funny. Aww. That's so, I love him so much, and that's so cute that he has a nickname, Ollie. He's seriously so kind and so considerate. Oh wait, that's so cool. Oh, wait, that's crazy. So if like people can, if I'm understanding that contraption right, it sounds like I wonder if that's kind of like a twin bottle spell. Like someone can write a letter somewhere and then it shows up there. Oh my god, dude. The applications of magic in this series are just peak. Okay. Oh, for Agate's second test. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that cave looks spooky, but also I'm a little bit less concerned now because I'm assuming Coco's not taking that test. It's just Agate. And the brimmed caps don't want Agate, right? They want Coco, so hopefully that means we're fine. Oh, is this tiny RICHEH? Crystal ribbons. Richelette. Who's this? Oh! Is that like her brother or something? Really? Or her sister? Roly poly, is it pretty? It's very pretty. Okay, so brother. That express who you are. Oh. Stop being. I feel like something happened to him. I can't think of another reason why she would feel so strongly about it. Or, huh. Oh. Or did she just get abandoned in some way? Oh, that looks very intimidating, I will say. The snug stone, stupid toasty warmth. That's true, yep. It's a good way of looking at it. There won't be a next time because we're gonna pass this right frickin' now, baby. We're fueled up, we're charged up. We are carb loading, we're ready to go. Oh? My little what? Oh. Oh, you oh. Aww. Okay, could you... Dude! Yeah, what do you mean? Dude. Yeah, oh my god. Somebody give this guy like a bitch slap to the face, to the cheeks. Oh, I feel so bad for this kid. Aww. Dude, that's so sad. I mean, he's like basically apologizing for existing at this point. And you can even, I feel like, kind of get a sense of his feelings just by his haircut. Like, it's over his eyes. It's like he feels so ashamed he doesn't even want to show his face. Like, oh my god, that's effed up. Unusable? Wait, oh. Brush Buddy does not- Oh! The giant brush buddy- Excuse me? Those are a thing? The giant brush buddy is a witch? Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, okay. I thought the brush buddy was just a witch. I mean, why not? Okay. Oh, she's got some scalies. Sincerity of the shield. Like a knight with a shield. Okay. Target safe. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, little penguin griffin. Oh, Mirfons. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, okay. Ah, okay. I see. Oh, nice. Oh, dang, okay. Yeah, that actually sounds pretty tricky. Oh, the little babies. Oh wait, is Riche taking this test too? Oh, okay. I could do what I wanted. Oh. Okay. You want to live. Ooh, man, I can't wait to unpack more of Riche's past. If it makes me stop being me. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to associate with you. You're an asshole. Don't breathe the same air as the rest of us, please. Yeah, were you saying something? Yeah, we're not really interested in what you have to say. Or in your existence, or anything, really. Yeah, you can leave. Oh, he seems like such a sweet being. Can we adopt him into our Atelier? Oh, yay! Come on, little baby! Aww! Come on, everybody! The migration has begun! Aww, They're so cute. I love all of the unique animals in this show. Let's have ourselves a late breakfast. I mean, yeah, I guess while they're doing that, some history lesson. We do not. I would love to know more. Before the day of the pact, okay. Still linger across the world like scars. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a pretty crazy road. To protect against magic. Oh, that's a good... Oh, dang. That is a pretty crazy road. Okay. The Shadow of Romanen. The Shadow of Romanen is episode 12. Okay. Interesting. Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm so curious to see how this test is gonna go. That freaking like winding, I guess, walkway, if you can call it that, path, that winding path, looks insane. Like, oh, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm guessing you can probably use some sort of spell to make that work, but wow, yikes, it really is winding just like a snake. I can see why the snake is right at the entrance now. It really does seem like a snake. Okay, so I want to go ahead and start at the beginning with the scale wolves, because, I mean, well, one, that's just really cool. I freaking love all of the different animals that they have in this series. Like, the scale wolves are so unique, and I love how beautiful they look too. Like, when you see them knocking together and their petals are flying off, it kind of looks like flower petals in the breeze, which is really cool. Like, it's actually kind of a beautiful process. You know, like at the beginning, I thought they were flower petals, and it turns out it's their scales. And then what AGOTT says here is super interesting. Mating season for the scale wolves. They shed their plate scale fur through sharp impacts to prevent harm to their coming offspring, even though they could stay as strong as they are if they chose not to mate. So I feel like, I mean, there's a lot of thoughts that I have about this. I mean, like, first things first, I feel like this is probably quite an interesting concept to AGOTT, because she herself is somebody who really wants to be strong, right? She's somebody who wants to become the absolute best witch that she can possibly be. And that seems to have been her singular goal for quite a while now, you know? We saw some of her past, and it's understandable why she does have such a strong desire to become strong. And I think, you know, because she is so focused on improvement, she doesn't really take the time to engage that much with other people, you know, because I think she feels like anything that takes time away from her improvement would be a waste of time, you know, like she would be weakening herself in a way similar to the scale wolf. You know, I think AGOTT is honestly like pretty similar to the scale wolf in the sense that she kind of has a lot of walls up, you know, it's almost like she's wearing like a protective suit of armor in a way. And I think she probably feels like yeah, she would be actively weakening herself if she were to try to form like connections with other people. But I feel like this is a moment for her where she's sort of maybe not fully letting go of that philosophy, but at least starting to question that philosophy a little bit when she starts to think about Coco, because I feel like Coco has shown her that sometimes interacting with other people can be a great thing, you know, not only for just like your mental and emotional health, but also for your personal growth, because I feel like, you know, Coco is so innovative and so creative. And that's something that, you know, getting to know her, you can learn from her in that way. So anyways, she goes on to talk about Coco. I thought that I had nothing to learn from her. That outsiders don't belong here, so I didn't want to get involved with her because I didn't want to become a weaker mage myself, you know? Why would I associate with somebody who isn't going to make me stronger? They have nothing to offer the world of magic, and it's nice too that there's this focus on her shoes that Coco just recently repaired for her. But She correctly learns how everything works. Yep. How is she any different from us? Yeah, and I think this is also a great question, you know, because it's true. How is she any different from the rest of you? You're all just humans who can draw casting seals, you know, and Coco is now a human who can draw casting seals. I feel like this kind of goes back a little bit to the question of like, who is magic for, which that episode wound up not having the same exploration of this question that I thought it would, you know, like it wound up being like, who is magic for, in the sense of like, it's for making other people happy, it's for helping other people. But I feel like you can also ask this question, who is magic for, in the sense of like, who should be allowed to learn magic? You know, like whether or not magic should be gatekept as strictly as it is, I think is a question in and of itself. You know, I mean, I can certainly understand the reasons why it is so safeguarded. Qifrey himself has touched on this with, you know, when he talked about the past and how, you know, if you give everybody access to magic and they can do anything, then anything is what they will do. But at the same time, I think it still asks this question of like, who is really worthy of learning magic? You know, like obviously there's people in magic society who use magic to do bad things. So who really is magic for? And yeah, is Coco really so different from anybody else? She's a human, just like the rest of you. She's just a human who didn't know about magic until, you know, however long ago. But at the core of who she is, I would say she's very much the same as the rest of you guys. She's a human being with feelings and emotions and fears and worries. And at the essence of who she is, she's very much the same. And I actually think that Coco, as an outsider, has kind of a unique perspective, you know? I feel like she is able to see certain things that maybe other people don't see as much, you know? Like, I kind of hope that Coco might be the one to sort of change witch society, because as we've seen right now, there's a lot of flaws in witch society. Like, for example, the fact that anybody who isn't like immediately the most competent witch in the world seems to just be shunned, you know? Like the kid we saw in this episode where it was like, oh, he's taken the test twice and he's failed each time, so he's useless, you know? Or for example, with Tarta, where everybody's like, well, he has this disability, he can't see colors, so, you know, he can't be a witch, you know? I kind of hope that Coco will be the one to sort of change that, because I think being an outsider, she probably has a bit of a different perspective on these things than witch society itself. But anyways, moving on. Moving on. This was a nice little section, but moving on. I also cannot wait to learn more about RICHEH, because her reaction here is fascinating. Like the circle just goes out of control and turns into like these crystal things. It seems like she must really like crystals, because she also had like the crystal ribbons. But yeah, this is such a fascinating reaction, and I really wonder why she feels so strongly about it. We met her brother. I don't know if he abandoned her or if something happened to him. I just kind of remember seeing him like walking away. Like, I kind of wonder if maybe her brother followed sort of this like rigid path to become a witch, you know, like followed the rules, and maybe that wound up leading him to some sort of misfortune. And her brother is also the one who told her to be herself, so if something happened to him, you know, those two things combined might be why she doesn't want to be told what to do or follow like the traditional path towards becoming a witch, maybe. I don't know, but she's a very fascinating character. This is also really cool. This is also really cool. I like how you have to go through this like cauldron looking thing, this pot cauldron, in order to get to RICHEH's little hideout. And it's such a cool little hideout. And I love her magic as well. It's so pretty. These ribbons. And it makes me want to know even more about RICHEH, because I feel like magic that the person creates, I at least feel like it probably tells you something about their nature, you know, kind of like in Frieren, where they're like the magic that somebody specializes in says a lot about their nature. I feel like that's true, you know, like Tetia's cloud spell. I mean, it's just so Tetia, you know? And then RICHEH's, I mean, this is just gorgeous. These like crystal ribbons. It makes me even more intrigued about her. And then of course, Olruggio, he talks about how his masterwork was like the glowing steps. And we've seen what a kind and gentle and wonderful person he is. So that also is another example of the magic sort of telling you something about the person. So I really want to know even more about RICHEH. Like, just this crystal ribbon that she's created makes me so curious about RICHEH as a person, because we really don't know that much about her. You know, we've kind of, again, we've seen how she reacts to like being told what to do, and we know that she wants to do what she wants to do, but I'm very excited to like peel back the layers of RICHEH and learn more about her past, you know, because that flashback was quite fascinating to me. I definitely want to go back to that. Okay, so we know that RICHEH was apprenticed to another witch before she came here. I wonder which witch it was. I'm curious about that. I'm wondering if that is also part of the reason why she doesn't want to be told what to do. Like, was that witch really strict with her? But it also seems like maybe it has something to do with her brother as well. But this is like an interesting little tidbit of information for me to remember for the future. And then qifrey, you know, going back to the scale wolf, I mean, I think it very much relates to AGOTT in the beginning, but it seems like it's also true of RICHEH, where he says, like, she uses her stubbornness to protect herself. She's not ready to shed her scales, you know, like, this is her way of making sure that she doesn't get hurt, you know, making armor out of its thick fur. And how fitting that she's taking a test where she has to, like, both her and AGOTT are taking a test where they have to wear, like, a literal scale wolf cloak. I'm never sure how much to interfere. Yeah, it's I feel like it's really tough with RICHEH, because it seems like even if you try to come at her with like a gentle approach, she still reacts pretty forcefully to that, you know? Even him just being like, well, you know, it sometimes can be really good to study spells that you're not familiar with, like, elicited a very strong reaction out of her. So I get where he might be a little bit out of his depth in terms of how to approach her and how to deal with that, because she seems so sensitive to it, even if your approach is very non-threatening, you know? Okay, I also, as I said, want to look at the RICHEH flashback one more time. So we're going from one cave to another cave, and it seems like this has always kind of been her hiding place. So is this a spell that she created? Like, is this hiding place itself a spell that she created as well? Because I mean, this is when she was younger, and she still has this like same area now that she's older, so I'm assuming this must be another spell of hers. I'm trying to make crystal ribbons. And it's interesting that she's been wanting to do the crystal ribbon since she was very young. A very charming spell. RICHEH. That's so cute. That's so cool too, that it can just like form a ball and you toss it like that. Sparkly and roly-poly. It is very pretty. But, this is so... okay. And his response is to just hug her. Your big brother loves it when you make spells that express who you are. Right, okay. Never stop being yourself. And then we see him walking off. Where are you going? Don't want to look at my spells anymore. And then some sort of witch, and he, I guess, becomes a witch's apprentice. And yeah, I really don't know what to make of that. Like I said, my best guess is that maybe he, you know, again, like followed this rigid path towards becoming a witch, and maybe perhaps something happened to him, or maybe perhaps like he just kind of became a different person. Like, did he grow like cold and distant towards her? I don't know. It's really interesting, because I mean, through this exchange with her brother, we can understand, I think, the component of like where the idea comes from, you know, where RICHEH's idea of like, I don't want to be anybody but me, I want to do the things that I want to do, I want to express myself, who I am, through my magic. That idea seems to come from her brother, but like why she feels so strongly about it, I feel like probably has to do with like what happened to him you know? And that's the question mark for me. That's the question mark for me. What happened to him? And who is this? Which witch is this? Like, did this witch ruin her brother in some sort of way? I'm so curious. Like, RICHEH is such a fascinating character, and I can't wait to sort of peel back the layers and unpack more of what she feels and why she feels that way, because I mean, this is like a brief snippet, but I'm sure there's a lot more to it. I also just have to say, once more, I love the imagery here. Like, this is so cool. So you have like a knight and what looks to be a princess, you know, so it's like you're the knight in shining armor for your princess, which is like the penguin thing. And I also love this light, you know, like the light being in the snake's mouth with this crazy winding path. Like, what an incredibly cool visual to the exit of the Serpentback cave. Like, wow. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. And I also gotta say, like, I am so excited to see what winds up going down here in terms of character development during this test, because, I mean, like I said, I feel like it's no coincidence that they're wearing specifically scale wolf scales, you know? Especially given that AGOTT in the beginning is sort of likening herself to a scale wolf, and then RICHEH has also been likened to a scale wolf by qifrey. So that is very interesting, and I can't wait to see what they maybe learn about themselves through this test. And also, I hope my boy passes. I hope my boy over here passes, because my god, I feel so bad for this kid. Like, again, just the way he carries himself, his haircut, you know, the way, even just the way he like stands around, it feels like he's just like ashamed of existing, and that's really sad. Like, his master just sucks, you know? Yeah, apprentices aren't things. Yeah, he's also talking about him like he's like a freaking Pokemon card. He's like, you want to trade? What if we just trade apprentices? Like, dude. And I mean, he's even been conditioned to feel like he's supposed to be treated this way. He's like, no, it's fine. Like, it's all true. I am a worthless piece of shit. Like, dude. That's so horrible that he sees himself that way. And even qifrey's like, no, please don't. No, like, what are you even supposed to say to that? Like, I'll probably never become a worthy witch. Like, ugh, dude. And then he's not even, and then like the teacher guy isn't even gonna stay to like, what, like, oh my god, that's just so upsetting. Like, just no support, no encouragement, no nothing. And it makes me appreciate qifrey that much more, you know? Like I said, I would be really sad if qifrey became a villain, and I personally don't see it going that way. I don't see him becoming like the main villain of the series. I feel like there are so many good qualities that qifrey has. Like, he's so supportive of his students, and he like cares about them so much, and he's always worrying about them, you know? Like, even in this episode, just thinking like, I don't know how to approach RICHEH. Like, he seems troubled by this fact, you know? Like, I don't know how to approach her. I don't know how to talk to her about this. Like, I'm never sure how much I should interfere. And even the way he talks to her in this episode, you know, like, there's so much kindness, and like, you know, I get that you don't want to do this, but like, please trust me. I think this would be a really good step for you to be able to live the way that you want to live, you know? Like, he's definitely kind of considering her and what she wants when he approaches her. I also really like this shot of AGOTT just like standing in front of this dark, spooky cave in her like scale wolf cloak, because I feel like kind of gives me this sense of like AGOTT's gonna have to confront herself a little bit, maybe, you know? Or more specifically, I think she's maybe going to have to confront the parts of herself that are sort of a weakness to her. Like, for example, the fact that she doesn't see the value in social connection, or the fact that she kind of seems to have these walls up, the part of her that shies away from becoming friends with other people. I think that's the part of herself that she might have to confront. And I think with RICHEH, it's going to be a similar thing. I think probably in a different context. I don't think it's so much that RICHEH struggles to have friends, although maybe to an extent she might struggle to let people in, because I will say I don't really think anybody knows a whole lot about her, you know? Like, for example, Coco seemed to want to know more about RICHEH, and RICHEH sort of just shut her down. So I mean, I guess maybe in that sense as well, but I think also this problem of her stubbornness, like Qifrey said. She seems very set in her way of wanting to do things her own way, wanting to only focus on what she likes doing, wanting to only focus on her own magic. I think that's another part of herself that she perhaps will have to confront. You know, why does she have that protective armor? And I like to think that maybe through this test, both AGOTT and RICHEH will be able to sort of shed that protective armor. And something that I really like about this too is I think back to the beginning and I think about how beautiful it was to watch those wolves, you know, shedding their scales. And I kind of like to think that the process will be similar for AGOTT and RICHEH, you know, like perhaps it'll be a bit of a painful process, you know, it's probably going to be not an easy journey, but I think at the end it will be beautiful, just like the scales kind of floating in the wind looking like flower petals. So I think that's one positive thing to take out of all of this. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what happens in the next episode. I kind of wonder if AGOTT is maybe going to learn something even from this penguin, or perhaps even from the guy with the hair covering his eyes. I forgot what his name was, but the other witch guy that's there with them, I feel like is probably someone that AGOTT normally wouldn't associate with, because she herself doesn't want to be a failure. It's so important to her to be competent and to prove that she can be a great witch. So I feel like that's the type of person she normally wouldn't want to be involved with, but I kind of wonder if she'll maybe learn something from him, you know, because I feel like so much of AGOTT talking about the scale wolf and talking about Coco was her sort of coming to this realization of like, oh, maybe I can learn things from other people, you know, even though I have like so much more experience, so much more knowledge, so much more skill than Coco, that doesn't mean I can't still learn things from her. And I feel like she's kind of becoming more open to the idea of potentially forming some connections and maybe getting to learn things from people. So I'm really curious if she's maybe gonna like wind up learning something from maybe from RICHEH, maybe from the guy that's with them, or maybe even from the Mirfawn itself. So, but yeah, I think the scale wolf cloak is a really interesting component of all of this. It once again just kind of makes me feel like we're on our personal journey, but you know, that's part of life and that's beautiful. So really cool concept. I'm also really curious about all of these, you know, little like sigils on the mouth of the snake. Like, that's quite fascinating. Forbidden spells drawn before the day of the pact. And what a cool cave too. Like it's like snake scales on the pathway. Like, that's so cool. Before the day of the pact. Okay. Still linger across the world like scars, and wow, it's like a roller coaster. Wow. That is, yeah, that's so cool. That's about using magic to protect against magic. So cool. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I'm so excited for the next episode. Okay, anyways, I think that's all that I had to say about this episode, but thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, let me know what you thought of this episode down in the comments section, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye! Alrighty, and as always, it is time now for our legend tier shoutouts. So, shout out to Abel Dark Rider, Savior of Nirn, Gabriel Weiss, Ramune Ram, and Ryan. Thank you all so much for being absolute freaking legends. I do appreciate it. And on to the rest of the shoutouts.